Hey there, good morning. Now, if you're the type of person that gets a little seasick when somebody's walking around holding a camera on their phone, I'm sorry, you might just want to listen to this one. But it really does follow with our theme for the day, which is setting clear mental expectations. So I have a question for you. Are you the type of person that ever, possibly has some negative self-talk? Well, if you do, this is really important. This is probably an episode for you. So let me ask you this. When you get stressed, what do you do? When you need to work through a problem, what do you do? How do you handle it? What's your strategy? What's your thought process? And the reason I'm asking this is because I want to know. In fact, I probably should walk the other way so I don't blind you guys on the sunlight. So there we go. We'll go this direction. Much better. See, there was a challenge and I overcame it. So, are you the type of person that gets stressed? Do you get quiet? Do you go inward? Do you get mad? Do you get loud? How do you handle stress? And what kind of things do you say to yourself, that internal mental chatter, when you know that maybe you're wrong, you're off track, maybe that you don't know what to do? I recently interviewed somebody last month for the podcast who was talking about this mental chatter and said, if we really actually listened to ourselves, we could replay the tape of our mental chatter, the things that we say to ourselves in those times where we're not real happy with ourselves. We'd probably be a little mortified. In fact, we'd probably, if you played it on tape and listened to it back, you'd probably say, wow, I would never say those things to anyone else. So why am I saying them to me? Now, as we continue on this week with the theme of resolutions, I thought it would be interesting to talk about how to get ourselves in the right mental space so that the resolutions that we're making aren't something that are built on the things that we're mad about or that we're disappointed in ourselves about. That it's not about to fix something that's wrong. It's about really finding out how to embrace who we are, how we deal with things, how we deal with stress, how we deal with our lives, how we deal with challenges, and how we do it from a place of love for ourselves and understanding and reflection, and not about trying to fix what's broken. So you might say, well, Michael, gosh, yesterday you were talking all about, all the things you've learned about being selfish or maybe not having the right mindset. Well, yeah, those are things that I needed to fix, but you know what? They weren't things that were broken. They were things I hadn't been aware of yet. So why am I telling you this while I'm walking? Because I know that for me, I have found that one of the best things that I can do for myself when I have a problem or a challenge, or I need to really take time to have some honest reflection, is that I exercise. Most of the time that's out walking, sometimes running, sometimes trying to run, being very pitiful at it. But it's an important way for me to clear my head. Now, I usually don't do it while talking into a phone, so people driving by me think I'm crazy, but that's okay. It's my way of knowing to clear out the mental clutter with every step. And it allows me to talk through the challenges with what I'm facing. In fact, just about a week and a half ago, I came up with a new, one of those aha moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I totally get why I operate this way, why I react this way. And by walking around with my headset on, and I just taped myself, I was just talking out loud to myself, but I was using kind words. I was saying, wow, Michael, this is a really big revelation. Wow, I understand why you didn't understand this about yourself before. I'm so proud of you that you found it out now. And when I replayed that, based on this whole gal's, suggestion of, listen to the mental chatter, it really gave me a new perspective so that when I actually stopped long enough to listen again to what I'd said, my understanding was greater, but my love for myself was even stronger. So my challenge for you today is stop and listen to yourself. You have a lot of things to tell yourself. The question is, are you slowing down long enough to listen?